up, Jacob? Quick demo video for you for your Scrapflex by Nevin Varner over at Space Junk. And this one was inspired by Nick Cohen over at Starfall Sabers. I got this done today. Wanted to go over it with you and then hopefully get it out in the mail to you tomorrow. It is installed with the Proffie V2 like you asked. You've got CC Sabers in here for your main PCB. It is super down in there. Actually, the flathead screw right here on the clamp piece is what's holding your PCB in. So you don't want to loosen that at all. And it's just over 2 inches of blade depth. So plenty of blade depth. You've got a 2-button setup. Your back switch is your activation, and then your top switch under this clamp card here is your auxiliary. Your blade retention is this fake glass eye right here. I've got it backed out of the blade chamber right now, so we could throw a blade in it here in a minute. And then to get to everything, you just want to unscrew the handle. So we'll take this guy off. And then here's your chassis. It says Space Junk Sabers over here for Nevin. You've got a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker. Removable battery setup. So spring side over here for your negative. There is an 8/32 grub screw in here. That is your chassis retention. So that never comes out. Holds this guy in there. Here's your Proffie board. So this is a snap fit down into the shelf, but the way I made this chassis, you can get to your SD card and your micro USB without ever moving the board. If you find that it's easier to pop up the board, you can just come over here, pop it up like this, do everything you need to do, and then snap it back down into place. But this chassis was modeled to get to all that and not have to move the board. And then one last thing I did that you didn't ask for, but I did on the last one, so I want to do it on this one too. This core that was used for this Scrapflex is from like an old 2.0 Grapflex kit. It's a ribbed core, and it has this wire path in here, right here, that you wouldn't see if it was a normal Grapflex. But because you can see it on this guy, and if you can see that, you can almost see it in there, right there, that white thing. I put in one extra added accent pixel on the front of this chassis so that we could light up that hole when this Saber turns on. This has Exegol on it, and I did some programming for this accent pixel, and then the rest is just the stock fonts. And this will match your blade, but it is wired separately. So when you get this and you want to change your config, you can program it to do whatever you want independent of the blade. All right, so we'll throw a battery in the sky. And then go ahead and toss this handle on here. Everything screws right on, nice and snug. Turn the slide off. Now on this particular font, like I said, I got this doing a little something. You know, even when the Saber's off, it's just kind of pulsing until you turn it on. LED's firing up in there. It's nice and loud. That's your power up here. Sorry, I think I swapped that when I said it before, but your front is your power.
What could you give me? Everything.
And then back here is your auxiliary. I've got this to where when you hit auxiliary for blaster deflex, you'll see it here too. And then you can just twist off if you want. This takes a 7/8 inch blade. If you have a brand new one, or if you're going to buy one for the Saber, you're going to have to do some sanding. So like the previous one I did, I marked on my blade how far it was down to the pins here. And then I had to do a lot of sanding here. And I chose just to leave that mark on there for this video, but obviously you'd want to sand that off. But I had to sand this down quite a bit to get it to fit in the blade socket. We got the blade in there. It is a very snug fit. I'm not going to use your blade retention tool, but we'll switch sound fonts now. Just by hitting the aux and then hit power. So on these stock fonts, this will just match your blade, right? You got battle mode. So if you hit the blade or the Saber when the Saber's on, you'll initiate blade lockup. And it'll stay like that until you pull away from it.
Smooth Jedi. Smooth gray.
Nice fire blade. Same with your accent. And then one more.
Smooth fuzz.
Just like that. And we'll turn the light off and take the blade out. I did put a copy of the config file that I used to do this on your SD card, so you can see what I did, and then you can build from that. It's pretty easy. And then to get to everything right, we'll just unscrew the handle again. And then from the positive side over here by your speaker, we'll pop the battery out with our finger just like that. And that, sir, is pretty much your Saber. Let me know if you got any questions. If not, we will get this out in the mail to you tomorrow. All right, thanks.